I was just walking up this just a moment ago, and kabam! I've knocked me out, saw stars, fell on the ground, and bam! Look at my forehead. And so my hike just started off with a big bang and a seeing stars, and oh boy, what a beginning. Okay, so this is this is the Mauna Loa Trail, Mauna Loa Lookout, just above volcanoes in the Kilauea caldera, about 11 miles, that little, and gonna hike up to here, certainly, and maybe up to here, up to the Pu'ula. Pu'ula, Red Hill Cabin. And looking forward to it. But this is a lookout at 6,600 feet. And yeah, look out for that tree over there, okay? And it'll knock you out if you hit it with your head looking at the phone. Kabam! And yeah, look at this. That's Halia Mau Mau. That's the caldera that's going off most of the time. But there's also Mauna Loa went off December 22 and took the lava flow right down to the highway up there, well, a mile off it. And so today this is like the fourth or fifth training hike that I've been up here this time around, and I'm getting fit again and acclimatized. I've been doing this summit on the other side on Mauna Loa, but I'm just doing strength training up and down here just to get used to hoofing up that, well, 66 to 10K. So let's call it 3,000 feet. And also I've been doing fasting. Yeah, let's talk on the road here for a little bit, on the trail. I've been doing 40-hour fasts every week for the last 4, maybe 5 weeks. And it's been up and down. I mean, it's not easy. It's easier once you get past that sort of 48-hour window. You know, sometimes day one is okay-ish. Other times it's not okay. Icky-ish. And other days it's just you put yourself into like first gear, as it were, and make a list of projects to do. And bam, you get them done, and it's marvelous. Oh, this is Koa forest here. Look at that. And last night we ate last night, came off almost a 48. Let me think about it. Somewhere in there, 48 hour. So now we're going out into the lava. This is a very old lava flow. And I did a lot of hydrogenated water. I gassed the hydrogen into the water, and I drank 5 times 4, no, 5 times 0.8. Call it about 4 liters of hydrogenated water that day, and I made it fresh each time. And so it was very high concentration of hydrogen. And boy, it did, by day 2, when I got up that morning, it was really slow-mo. And by day 2, my urine is normally fairly light in color. No, pale in color, very pale. But with the hydrogen, there was a lot more coloration, urine coloration to it. So that was indicator of that, the hydrogen is also assisting the autophagy process. And my lungs are really clear today. I woke up naturally to get up this morning, which was, I'm an early riser, like 4:30ish. And but today I was up at 2, I think it was. And had my cold shower. I always do cold shower first in the morning. And then I did some yoga. And then started prepping gear for coming up here. And then driving up just at sunrise, which was pretty spectacular. And so already the vegetation is thinning out. And so what that tells me is, the urine color tells me, is that there's a lot more toxins coming out of me. And it would be interesting to compare that to doing some kind of equivalent dose with sodium chlorite, and however it would be mixed. It could be gassed into water and dissolved there and drank. But I don't know what anyway, the hydrogen is nice, because when you drink that water, it tastes really fresh, sort of like spring water. And so that was a big takeaway from that fasting experience. When I came off the fast, I did a let me see, celery and apple juice, freshly squeezed, and keep the bowels moving. And then I ate more normally. Normally when I come out of a fast, I really want a pig. And I get back into my old overeating habit. I'm trying to train myself to stop eating when I'm 80% full. Blue zone style. And so there we go. That was a advantage too. Did the full yoga practice the day before we started fasting, and each week I've been doing that. I can get deeper into that long sequence, hour and a half sequence, and that's been really rewarding, actually, because my body, with the fasting and the Ashtanga yoga and the construction jobs I've been doing, and trying to spend way less time on the computer. And how's this doing? I've got a red dot. And so there we go. So my hip wasn't hurting when I got up this morning, but it's just hurting a little bit now. So it's good to be exercising it, because I know that when I do that, yeah, I can really stretch it out and work on the portions of the hip joint itself that, or the muscle attachments that need to be stretched out, because that's problematic in my poses, getting the twists and the stuff on that side. And so I've learned a lot about that hip pain actually coming up here in the last few weeks, because I was doing too much time on the computer doing some video editing of a podcast. It just takes me so frigging long, and the sessions need to be so long to get anything done. And by the end of March, I was in a very low space, energy-wise, health-wise, swollen ankles, asthma, and at times excruciating pain in the left hip, and compensating up in this right shoulder here. And yeah, look at this. So another, I don't know, let's see, 7, maybe 15, 18 miles in that direction is the summit of Mauna Loa. Been up there a few times. I've been doing training hikes up at that elevation a lot when we could access the 11,000 foot hiking trail. And let's see, I want to gauge these sort of steps that I do, work my left hip on the higher, yeah, there we go. So the left hip thing, yeah, it's when it does get painful, if I do a forward bend if I put my foot out in front of me, I don't know if you can see this, and then bring my down to here. I need to focus without the phone, and get that forward bend, and it'll stretch out the back of the hip and those attachments, and squeeze out the toxicity that's in there, and then it can be flushed out. And I believe it's coming from when I'm overeating, my lower intestine, or my descending colon is leaking toxicity into that hip joint that's right next to it. And so with the fasting and sequentially doing these 48-hour fasts, let's call them. Actually, next time I'm getting more psyched up to go. It will be 48 plus 12, maybe 50. Be a 60-hour fast. And I'd like to do this on a weekly basis for forever. It really helps. Here we go, left foot up first. Okay. Left foot. Left. Anyway, I've just sold one of the vertebras to a client in Santa Cruz, so I'm excited. That's going to be arriving tomorrow, I believe, and then helping him with his cracked ribs from a ladder fall. God bless him. And also talking with a veterinarian about working with animals and working with the microcurrent for himself and his clinic. So that could set him up really nicely to greatly speed up the treatment of his clients' pets and reduce costs. So let us see. Boy, that's tough to do. So I'm going to sign off now. I'm excited about this hike, and boy, things that bump your head. BenedictHoward.com. Like, love, and subscribe. Longevity coach out there walking the talk.